When artists talk about textured surfaces for colored pencil, Claire Fontaine Pastelmat almost always comes up, and for good reason. Pastelmat is a cellulose-based acid-free surface originally designed for pastel, but now widely used by colored pencil artists. It has a soft micro-abrasive velvety texture that grips pigment extremely well without feeling harsh like traditional sanded papers. Because of this texture, Pastelmat can hold many layers and supports a wide range of mixed media. It also allows true light on dark work, something that simply isn't possible on smooth papers. Like most textured surfaces, Pastelmat comes with a learning curve. The visible grain can feel intimidating at first. Achieving a smooth finish takes patience, and it's more expensive than standard drawing papers. Because pigment sits on the surface, work can also smudge before it's protected or framed. Pastelmat is available in a range of colors, and choosing a surface color that relates to the subject can help manage the texture and reduce the amount of pencil needed early on. My personal experience with Pastelmat has been very positive. I categorize it firmly as a textured surface, and I genuinely loved it from the beginning, challenges included. For me, the key is learning how to work with the grain rather than fighting it. Smooth coverage can be challenging at first, but I found it become easier by layering patiently and alternating between softer and drier pencils. I also sometimes start with an underpainting using OMS, watercolor, or pastel to establish a smoother base early on, which makes covering the grain much easier. One thing I often hear is that Pastelmat eats pencils. I strongly disagree. In my experience, I sharpen less often than on smooth papers. I don't need constantly sharp tips, and my pencils actually last longer overall. Because the surface grips pigment so well, there is no need to press hard. What I love most about Pastelmat is its flexibility. It takes many layers, is forgiving, and mistakes can be corrected. Pigments move and blend beautifully, and the surface supports both exclusion and subtraction techniques such as indentation and scratching. I also don't try to eliminate the texture completely. Leaving a hint of it visible gives the finished work a painterly quality, something that I personally really enjoy. I've used Pastelmat for many subjects, including animals, human portraits, botanicals, and still life, and it has performed beautifully across all of them. Some of my strongest pieces have been created on this surface. Of course, it's not for everyone. If you prefer ultra smooth finishes straight away, Pastelmat may feel frustrating at first. But if you are open to adapting your approach, it can be very rewarding surface. As with all materials, paper choice is at the end of the day deeply personal. For me, Pastelmat is a surface I genuinely return to again and again.